Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Pastor Kim's Corner. And yes, it is me, Pastor Kim. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I just started, so I'm going to wait a few minutes for people to come in, and then we will get started. Yes, I am doing all natural today. And I don't know why my hair looks like it's frying. I don't know what that is, but my hair looks like it's frying because I'm streaming live from my phone so that to make sure that it goes smooth. But then I am looking at it on my laptop. So if you see me going back and forth, just bear with me. And I'm gonna try not to do the old lady look up bifocal thing because I told y'all before, you can't tell when people have bifocals now, but my bifocals are in the bottom of my glasses. So often I find myself looking up. So I'm going to try not to do that tonight. But in any event, welcome to the live. Come on in, come on in. If you can, share me out. Facebook family, YouTube family, let's get shared out so we can begin to talk about an interesting topic. And so that's what I'm doing now. I'm sharing myself out, and we're talking about self-publishing. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm sharing myself out on Facebook. All right, so we're talking about self-publishing. And let me figure this out so I can figure out what I'm doing. How did this screen get so big? Let's go back to default so I can see if anybody's coming in. Y'all bear with me. There it is, the default view. Okay, so wearing wigs is always easier, but I'm not going to worry about it right about now. Um, I forgot why that happens. That's really bothering me. The frizziness, the hair looks like it's actively moving. I forgot why that happens. Somebody told me why that happens, and I can't remember. I can't remember why that happens. And I don't know how to fix it. But anyway, I'm still waiting for people to come in, and then we're going to get started. Let me see if maybe I can fix it a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. Bear with me. Does that help? Let me see if that helps. I think that helped maybe a little bit. I took some of the frying out. Oops! No, that doesn't help at all. No. Not too much. Now I got the big green thing going on over there. That took out some of the frying. But it left something big and blue over there. What is that? Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I'm just playing around, acting like I know what I'm doing. Oh my God, I feel like I'm starting to look like my mom. Let's see where we are there. All right, well, leave it alone, Kimberly. Leave it alone. We're going to stay right there. Now, how do I get back? Okay. All right, so thank you again for coming in. I've been playing with this, trying to stop my hair from frying, and I don't know if it's going to stop or not, but we're not going to worry about it. We're going to keep going. I appreciate you all so much. I've got my Check Your Faith shirt on, although you can't see it. I've got my earrings on by DC Mukbang. I've got an unboxing to do. I finally went to my post P.O. box today, but tonight is Tuesday night tea. Okay, so previously I was coming on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's a bit much with working because I come on Monday night for prayer, Wednesday night for Bible study. So I'm just going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So Tuesday night will be Tuesday night tea, but it's not going to be like the gossip tea. It's going to be some information to help you, some spiritual things, and bringing up different people on the panel so that we can just have a good talk and maybe learn some things and share information. So tonight we're going to be talking about self-publishing. So let me just jump right into it. I have a good friend of mine. She's been on here before. And so she is a published author, and she's going to give us some of her expertise on publishing. So without any further ado, let's bring up Miss Ferguson. How are you, my sister? My sister, my sister. Okay. This is my sister, okay? Yes, you look fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. So, I'm so glad to have you. You always are there to support, and I appreciate you for your support. We both are teachers. We both teach math. We share a lot of things in common, and we both are published authors. And I always talked about writing children's books, and she talked about writing children's books. And so she just up and did it and got that thing done and is doing it. And so if you don't do anything else tonight, make sure that you go onto Amazon. We're going to put her link in and go to Amazon so that you can see some of her books. So I didn't know. I was just talking to you briefly. I didn't know you had 14 books published. You go.
I'm trying.
Oh, yeah. Listen. That's awesome. So what are they about? What are the 14 books about?
They range in genres. My first book is poetry because poetry is my first love. So my first book was poetry. Then I'm a minister, so the next one is all about devotions. It's devotions but not a traditional devotion. I got a bunch of my friends that are, some are Christian and some are not, and it was talking about how we can all see God in different ways and come to God in different lights. So that's the second one. Then I have a series of kids books, and those range from one of the wait. You know I don't like talking, so I got some visuals. Hold on. All right. So all of my books are my nieces and nephews or my cousins. You know, we're very family oriented kind of folks. So we got unicorns, we got dragons, we got the baby. This is my first niece. I don't know if you can see this one. This is my first niece. This is all about the day she was born, how she gathered gems from heaven before she came down. It's like one of those real cutesy stories.
Okay. Hey, Lady AK, glad to have you. Welcome to the live. So go ahead.
We have one on racial injustice. Unfortunately, that's a topic that we have to talk about right now. So this is racial injustice from a kid's point of view. So
so wait. You wrote a book on racial injustice?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it a children's book?
It is a children's book.
And when did you write that? When did you publish that?
Like 2 years ago.
You better stop. You better walk in the prophetic. So that should be. Say that again. I'm sorry.
2016.
So that should be in the forefront right now. That should be out there.
I know, but if we're gonna talk about that, I'm not a talker. Like, you know, I'm a minister and I'm a teacher, but that's all by the grace of God. Like, that's not something it's not a gift of mine. I do what God say do and just walk off the stage.
I feel you 100%, because a lot of people, you know, think that I'm very outgoing and, you know, blah blah blah, but I'm not. At least not until you get to know me. So I do understand how that is.
I think we're alike in that regard. Go ahead.
Hey Tina, how you doing? God bless. When you talk for a living, you don't always want to talk on a regular basis, and people sometimes think it's rude or whatever. But sometimes you just don't want to talk. I'll text before I talk, even. And you in fact are worse than I am. You are worse than I am. But I'm gonna stop talking and let you get a word in edgewise.
You are fine. You are fine. So I did a lot of kids books, and I did one for my daughters, one for my nieces and nephews. So I kind of incorporate their name into the story. We've done Egyptian mythology. That's the one I'm most proud of because I co-wrote that with my oldest daughter. It's a chapter book is on Egyptian mythology. And then I discovered I like novels. So that's where I'm at right now. I like novels. So I am on my 5th novel. Let me see. I got it. All right. Church drama. You know that's what sells. I know about it. I lived it. They're fiction, but you know, I know about it. So this one is called Double Faced Deacon. This is my latest novel. It's called Double Faced Deacon, and it's exactly what you think it's about. It's about a deacon living a double life, and his life collides with some other things.
So
I wrote a couple of things. I'll put them.
Okay, so first of all,
you know we know some. Yes.
So first of all, listen, double-faced deacons, double-faced preachers, all of the above. So what makes it a novel as opposed to a book? Well, you know, you said you wrote some books, and then go ahead.
Well, for novels are more going to be about fictional stories. Like before, I wrote like poetry or devotion, and those have their own genre. But the genre that I'm most familiarized with now is called urban Christian. So it's going to be African American Christian books that have inspirational. Like I ain't gonna tell you that they're all gonna come to Jesus in the end of the book, but there are moments of inspiration and moments of drama that collide together.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah. And so like, you know, like we were saying, you know, that's like the green leaf coming to life, you know. Continue to bless you Tina. I'm talking to the live as well. Go ahead, sis.
No, I said it true. But that's what sells. Like if I just wrote good, wholesome books about church, those don't really sell that much. People want drama in their life. They want inspiration, but they also want some kind of dramatic interwoven into their inspiration.
I feel you on that. I remember when the Braxtons first came out, and I had no interest in it at all. I was just like, I don't want to watch it. They're PKs, but my girls, having 5 daughters, they watched it. They loved it. They identified with it. They embraced it. I mean, they made me watch it. They were like, Mom, you have to watch it. You know what I mean? And so it was, it shed some light from their point of view. And so I could appreciate it. I haven't grown to watch Greenleaf yet, but yeah, we gotta call Tyler Perry and get him to check out some of your books.
I love it.
I have one that I have not finished called The Preacher, the Pulpit, and the Pastor's Wife. And that so
mouthful right there.
I usually write to help bring closure to some situations and circumstances. And so, that sort of helps. I wrote 3 books. I wrote a devotional as well. That was a collab with 2 other sisters. And then from being at a public school, which I will not name, at several other schools, I wrote this book. Let me put it up here. It's called Wild Banshees. And it's called The Battles of Urban Education. And so I wrote this one, and I really wrote it to help bring closure to some of my experiences in public urban schools. And I'll never forget, I had a girlfriend of mine who just, she just didn't believe. And that's like a lot of people who have not been in school for a long time or have not been in the classroom. She just didn't believe that school was the way it is. And so when she began to see for herself, she couldn't believe it, how much school has changed and how much children have changed. The other book was a collab. It was several ladies along with myself. They're all here on the back. And the publisher of this book is a good friend of mine. She's Ayana. That's the first lady there on the back, Ayana Lene. We have so many things in common. Oh my God. But it's entitled, Dear Lord, I Think I Married the Wrong Person. And so we all put in a story of, what our marriage or relationship was about. So when she asked me about it, I told her, I said, well, I don't think I married the wrong person. I just think that the devil came in and messed the marriage up. We allowed the devil to get in. And so if you still want me to write from that premise, I will. And she said, yeah, just write, so that's what I did. So I have a couple of other things in the making, but I know that, like I said, you are a published author, and not only published, self-published. This one came from Purposely Created Publishing. I have to remember where my camera is. And, we'll talk about that a little bit. And like I said, this one came from a friend of mine. She started her own publishing company and does pretty well, Butterfly Publishing Company. And she is extremely reasonable. Very, very good. But you work with Amazon, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us a little bit about, how that process goes, how it came about. What happens as a result of you working with Amazon from the time that you finish your script? What do you do?
All right. So when you first, you get your script perfected how you want it, because they will not doing editing for you. There is no editing or anything like that. So when you submit your script, it is going to be how it is. I think they run it through a basic grammar check, but it will not catch any error. So you want to make sure that your script is as perfect as it possibly can be when you submit it. You go on to kdp.amazon.com. You go on to kdp.amazon.com
I'm gonna
and
put that
you're
in
going
here.
to, got you. All right, so you're gonna create an account. It's gonna be your same Amazon account that you use Amazon Prime or Amazon with, but this will be for kdp.amazon. They're gonna ask you some questions. Hey, do you want your book to be matte? Do you want it like a shiny sheen, or do you want a flat sheen? These are the kind of things that you'll have to know. You have to know matte is gonna be it's more like a journal kind of situation. It's not novels. Novels will normally have what they call a shiny floss to it. So you want to make sure that you know the difference in the different options. They're going to ask you, do you want white paper or cream paper? You'll have to just know what the standard is for your genre. They'll also ask you for the size of your book. Most books, novels are going to be a 6x9 or an 8.5 by 5.5. Those are the kind of things you'll just have to know for your genre of book that you're publishing. Like for little kids books, little kids books can go really, really big, or they can go small, or when you get back, that's that first page. It's all about how do you want your book to look? Do you want it to be shiny? Do you want the paper to be a certain color? And then if you do not have your own cover, I personally, I'm a Photoshop person, so I kind of make my own covers in Photoshop before I get on. But if you don't have your own cover, they have a free cover creator, and you go on and you can play around with it. You can see what it looks like. So you create your cover.
So,
then it's going to ask you to.
Okay, wait. Pause. So you use Photoshop. Don't you have to be tech savvy to use Photoshop?
You don't have to be, because they have tutorials. And then I am a YouTuber, so I go and look at other people's YouTube videos about whatever I want to know about.
Okay. So did you buy that software? Like you went or you downloaded it?
Okay. I have a yearly subscription to the Adobe Photoshop. The reason I have it like that is because every time they come out with something new, I automatically get a download versus just buying it outright. Then you get the one-time outdated copy. You want to get the yearly subscription so that when they get something new, you can update your copy.
Gotcha. Yeah, I used that a long time ago, but hopefully it's more friendly now than it was then.
It is more user friendly than it used to be. It used to be like you had to know what you were doing, but now it's more user friendly, and it got a little click here and hover over here, and let me tell you how to use this tool. We got all those little user friendly things. It's definitely come a long way. Because when I started using Photoshop, you had to know what you was doing, or you was gonna mess something up. This is not that.
You telling
me your grandma's Photoshop. This is something new. So you got your cover, you got your cover in, you put your manuscript up. Then they're going to tell you that it's going to take 48 hours. Like you think it's a long process, it's not. They're going to either tell you that, hey, your cover is not meeting criteria because you got to make sure the words don't run off the page, but they'll tell you what's wrong. They'll say, hey, your cover is about a 1/4 inch. The words are too far over, or they tell you what's wrong.
So they're not charging you? Are they charging you for any of that? Okay.
No, all right. Then they so that you'll do that part, and they also run a basic grammar check, but it's very basic, like very basic. It'll catch a few things, but it doesn't catch a lot. And they also check to make sure you're not stealing the work. So they check like a plagiarism kind of situation.
Okay.
To make sure you're not like stealing nobody else's work.
Got you.
But when I say the process is really quick, like for ebooks, the process is 24 to 48 hours. And for actual physical books, it's 48 to 72 hours. If you did everything right, clicked all the buttons, then in 2 to 3 days, you can be published. But the publishing part is easy. Like once you're there, that's the easy part. The writing, for me, writing is therapy. So I can write all day long, and I know how to publish and go through, check all the boxes. But the part where the work starts is promotion and marketing. When you are self-published, you have to do the marketing. You have to do your own marketing. You have to do all the Facebook posts. It is cool to get into some book groups where you can post in there and people are looking for books, but you definitely have to do all that footwork. I myself am not a marketing person per se, so it takes me a little longer. It takes me a little longer to get out there. But you also, what I've been noticing is people have a team. I don't have a team. I'm getting a team though. You get a team of you get a team of your friends. You say, hey friend, you my friend, I need you to put on your story. You got 4,000 people, I got 4,000 people. You get a word of mouth and a good group going.
Okay.
Because what happens, this is gonna sound, I'm gotta go churchy for a minute. Your best customer is gonna be the stranger. Your best customer is gonna be the stranger, because my people and your people alike will want the book for free. So the best I'm speaking truth. I'm just speaking truth. They gonna want it for free or for a discount. So you got to get a circle of people that are outside your regular circle of people. So you got to get your friends to put it on their story, just so you get it out there, because your friends gonna be like, "Hey, girl, let me get the book for free." I don't know, but get you a bigger circle of friends, because that is when you'll start making more money. Because this is the money part. Everything is free to publish, but Amazon gets their cut, and I mean they get their cut. So let's talk about how that works. It costs you, let me see. So if I pick up this book right here, because this is black and white, and it just has the front cover, it probably costs them $2.50 well, let me see on my cameras. It costs them $2.50 to make this book. So if I make the book $10, well, $2.50 have to come out for making the book. Then Amazon got to get their cut. And Amazon's cut is going to be more than you think it is, because you're going to make a 35 to 70%, 35 to 65 kind of situation. So if the book is $10, you're making like 35% of the $10, because they got to get
Whoa. Okay, wait.
I'm trying to get you there. Go ahead.
Wait. Okay, so wait, because you know we're math people, so help me.
35 and 65.
So, okay, wait. So Amazon is saying 35 for you, 65 for them. But yes. Okay, are they saying 35
is because they have to pay for making the book?
Right. So that's my question. Is the 35% before or after they take out the money for the book, or is that all included?
I think for me, it feels like it's all included. Say I have a $10 book. I have a $10 book. I'm going to make $3.50 for every book that's out there. So Amazon, $6 out of their $6.50, they take the $2 and change or whatever that it costs to make the book, and then they get to keep the other $4. Their cut is always more than your cut. But there are some workarounds. If you were to start your own site, that means you need more marketing. If you do your own site, you can buy the books in bulk and then you can sell them. Versus if you create the book with Amazon and then purchase them yourself, like I purchased this book myself from Butterfly Publishing. So if I purchase the book myself, then I can put it on my website and sell it for what I want and get the total profit. And that would be the more marketable purchase, because you're going to get the book at $2.50, like the flat author rate. So then if you wanted to say, hey, I want to charge my book for $14.99, now you're making like $11 to $12 a book versus the $3.50 that you would make on Amazon. So that's the better route. But that's also the more tedious route. You're going to have to push your site, make sure your site is up to date, and get your site in front of other people. A lot of people go Amazon because people are already on Amazon. People are already on Amazon buying other things. So it's easy. Yeah, I make lunch money.
Okay, so does Amazon, so I have two questions. You said Amazon doesn't do any editing at all. They might do minor grammatical editing. So so if a person isn't familiar with Word and you know how people put in returns where they shouldn't be, you know what I mean?
That is a thing. That is a thing. So Amazon has templates. KDP has these templates where you can download and put your book into it. Like you say, I want an 8.5 by 5.5. They have the template. So then, but there's also, this is the World Wide Web. You can download free book templates from anywhere. You download the free book template and you put your book in. I do want to talk about, you don't hit tab, you don't hit return, you let your book naturally flow like it's going to, because what'll happen is they treat it like a PDF. So if you mess up in your returns, it's now going to be janky in how it types. They're not formatting it at all for you. So if you messed up and you hit enter about 20 times in the wrong place, you're just going to have a space in the middle of the book. They're not going to correct that for you. They're not. You can catch it because you can see they give you like a preview, like, hey, this is what it's going to look like when it's printing. And a lot of people are like, oh, I know what it looked like. No. Do not skip that step. Because then when you get in there, you be like, wait, why I got this space in the middle? I know from experience, like you can't hit tab, don't hit enter. Actually hit a page return, like start a new page, a crisp page return. Don't do any of those things when you used to do like in college. We're like, oh, I'm trying to make the book longer. No, because you just had these little random formatting issues. And they this is not like a vanity publisher where they'll go and check and make sure it looks good for you. They do not. If you decide that you want blank space every other page, they will let you do that. It won't look good. Let you do that. So making sure that when they tell you to review the book. And it's like a reviewer, like it'll come up like a PDF and you turn the pages and look at it. You also can get a physical copy before you go live if you want to. I have been doing it for a while. So once I've looked through the electronic copy, I'll let it go live. But if it's your first time around, I do recommend that you get the book in hand. Because then when you get the book in hand, you can say, oh, I forgot to put page numbers or just whatever you forgot. You want to kind of look at it and know what it looks like.
Hey, man of God, God bless you, Prophet Williams. Man of God. So we're up here talking about book publishing, and I have a good friend of mine who is a self-published author, and she's explaining to us how she uses Amazon and the different ways that you can use Amazon. So go ahead. Is there anything else you wanted to say before I ask you another question?
No, you good. Go ahead.
So, so you talked about you can throw it. So wait. So do you just use Word when you write your script, your manuscript?
I have a program. There's a program that I pay for Grammarly. I'm a math teacher, and I know what my grammar is like. So I let it go through the editor portion of Microsoft Word, and that's a pretty good one. But if you pay a little extra, invest in your craft. If this is something that you really want to do, go ahead and invest in it. Because I want to say that Grammarly is like $19. So I run the script through Grammarly, and then when you pay for the professional version, it'll tell you, hey, this is a novel and you don't want to say you that many times. You want to use their name. It gives you suggestions of, hey, you used this word too many times. So it's not just like a grammar checker. It's more of a style checker.
So wait a minute. So wait, you telling me that I paid $150 for my editing for somebody to run it through Grammarly? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what I'm hearing?
I personally read it too, but this is going to, I'm telling I think because I write the way I talk, it told me, hey, you have used the word y'all too much. And then it gave me suggestions on what to say instead of y'all. Say you guys this time or say them. So it kind of does like a word counter thing. So if I've said my name too many times, it say, well, say she, lady, or woman this time. It just kind of gives you style, and it works for other things. So like, although I have it for novels, when I write professionally, like something, for work or something like that, I can put it on business. So then it'll give me a formal, don't say you, don't say this, don't say I. So it's a real good program.
Okay.
I've been using it for years. I started out with the free one because there's a free one. If you want to use the free one is cool.
Okay.
Get what you pay for.
Okay.
Getting the paid version made me feel a little bit more confident of the product I was putting out.
Okay. So, all right. So you submit that to them. You make sure that it's perfect. Now, if you want them to edit it, if you want Amazon to edit it, will they?
Yes, there is a fee. It's for a fee. Amazon does have fees. They can make your cover for you if you wanted to make your cover. They can do the editing, but there's so many workarounds because I feel like Amazon is a pricier option. You can go on Fiverr.com and find you an editor, or you can go. There are pre-made.
Wait, say that again. Let me put it in the chat. Say that again.
Fiverr.com. And they do all kinds of things because those people can beta read for you. You can say, hey, I want you to read my book and tell me how it is. And you can find somebody who will beta read for you. They do
Yeah.
those kind of things. But also pre-made covers. Where's the one? This is the first time I let somebody design a cover for me. And I was really excited because I was like, I can do this. But this cover cost me, I want to say $5 to $10.
What?
You know how
Wait, let me say.
let me talk to you about these pre-made covers.
Wait, take your time. Let us stay up there for a minute so that the people can see it. Okay, wait. I'm waiting because I'm watching it on YouTube. So hold on. It hasn't come up yet. So somebody made that cover for you and they charged you $5?
But let's talk about how that works. People have pre-made covers. They just make all these 50 covers and they'll advertise on Facebook or social media. I have these covers. The longer the cover sits up there, I am a shopper. So the longer the cover sits up there, the lower the people go. It'll start out like, oh, I want you to buy this cover at $50. And I'll see it and I'm like, oh, I like that. So I'll kind of wait around. And this person went all the way down to $5. I got to choose the title. She had the font and the whatever she had up there. But I told her what my title was. She typed it in and she put my author name in it. They are pre-made covers and people go from $5 to $150, $500. But if you are join one of those communities on Facebook, like book covers or graphic girl designs, any of those Facebook groups, you'll see people selling pre-made covers.
Yeah, because for this cover, this Wild Banshee cover, and I don't know where my camera is. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
But that cover was about $300.
And not to be funny, you could find somebody who has these pre-made covers is a thing. It's a thing. Like you would just find something. And for me, I knew I write church novels, so I was like, I just waited till I found one that had a church theme to it. And like, let me put my title on that one.
I'm trying to see how it's going to show up here.
There you go.
I don't know where my camera is. Yeah, so it's a hoodie, but you can't see the face in a hoodie.
I love the cover, but I think there are other ways around, like especially people who are just starting out. You could possibly get the pre-made covers, or they even do custom covers. Custom covers start at $70 if you know where to go.
Well, this was a package. This was a package deal, and so when it was itemized, I could see how much it was for the cover. But this was a package deal. The editing, the ISBN number. How much does Amazon charge for the ISBN? So it's included?
It's included. I have the same ISBN numbers as everybody else. But when you see it, it says Amazon Publishing. Amazon owns the ISBN number.
Really?
But they do. I think they still do own it because I didn't have to pay for it. It's the free Amazon ISBN number. But you're still able to sell your book wherever.
Wow, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So let's talk about because I'm going to be honest, when I did this book, this little book here, I was writing my heart out. I had, I don't know how you are when you write. And I think maybe because, we're math people. I also write though. I write a lot. I'll write on paper. I'll type. I'll talk into my phone. So when it comes time to putting all that together, I have to put all that together, put it all in Word, and then, piece it up and let it, try to put it where it's supposed to be. And so my editor was very good in saying, okay, maybe you might want to put this piece over here. And some of the same things she said that, that you said, using too much of this, not enough of that. So I appreciated that. The editor for this one the editing was about $150. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. And she did a great job. And remember, this is not my whole book. I only have a few pages in here. This is an anthology. Mm-hmm. So, but what I was disappointed about was my manuscript was about 100 pages. And the thickness of this book was so small as opposed to the thickness of this book. Okay. I was like, highly disappointed.
You know this writing.
Right. I was like, couldn't they space it out a little bit more? Like, what? Could you double line this joint? Like, why is this so little?
Wait, look, I understand. Wait, let me show you one. This one.
That was 100 pages.
This I feel like I was writing forever. This took the longest. I was writing forever. I don't know if you can see how thick this one is. I was writing forever. This is the novel that took me almost a whole year to write because I was writing other things while I was writing it. But what I did find out was, you know what happened? They probably took all the redundants because you probably said it one way and then you said it a different way. And they was like, nah, we cutting one of those. You could only get the one original way.
But how many pages is your manuscripts when you're done? Are your manuscripts?
But I already write my book is in this size. When I'm typing in the word, it's already in the 5 by 8.5. So when I see the manuscript, it's how many pages is going to be in the actual book.
Got you. Because honey, this was 8.5 by 11. Okay, reduced.
One of the things I do want to suggest to you, because I know you're like me, right everywhere. Microsoft Word has an app for your phone. So my first couple of books, I didn't even type on the computer. I would just be somewhere sitting in the corner, talking into my phone or typing on my phone. And I didn't do anything to the computer until it was time for me to like submit it. So I did a lot of on my phone because my phone goes everywhere with me. So I could be sitting somewhere, like I'm currently writing something right now. So every time I think about something, I open that Microsoft Word and quickly slide it in because my phone is always with me. And then I know when I first started, like initially, like I tried to, you know how people like, oh, outline your book. I ain't an outliner. I can't plan. Like even with novels, I know kind of where I want it to go, but it just be like, oh, this is interesting. Let me do. I can't never outline like remember how your teacher used to tell you set up your paper. I'm a math person.
I'm gonna have to go online tonight and order a couple of your books. I know you have made the children's books, but I'm gonna order the adult book because it sounds like you have that Toni Morrison vibe. You know, and Toni Morrison, I'm gonna be honest, she's a hard read. I couldn't enjoy her to the fullest.
You gotta like it. Look.
Okay. Well, of course. You know, when I write, I absolutely like, my goal is to take you away from the fact that you're reading. When I write, that's my goal, to be able to take you away from the fact that you are reading. It's to make you look at the words and be like, you know, you just fall into the story. I was always taught that for college, that if you could, you know, make your professor forget that they were critiquing what you were reading, then right, they would forget about the grammar, the errors, whatever, because they got caught up in whatever you were writing about. So that was always my goal, even in college, sometimes at the risk of a little fabrication.
The sociology papers were a little bit like, hey, I could tell a good story from sociology.
Hello? You know. So what else? Anything else you want to share with us as far as publishing is concerned?
Don't get discouraged. You have a voice. Don't get discouraged. You can't start off. It's like teaching. No teacher ever has said that I'm in teaching for the outcome, or I mean for the income. I'm in teaching for the outcome. I write Absolutely. Because I write because it's something that I'm good at. Most of the stories are inspirational. So even though I'm telling you some of the worst drama of your life, you still, I throw in a scripture here and there. It's just who I am. So it's like, you're gonna still get this good word. You're gonna know the Lord.
Yeah, well, I think
the drama.
I think we need more of those. You know, we had a wave of that back in the day, somewhere between the 80s and the 90s. We had a wave of fictional Christian books, fictional Christian movies. But of course, you know, the content was not necessary. Is your content African American? Okay, yeah. So the content was not necessarily African American. So, of course, Tyler Perry has brought that to life. I don't know of any Christian authors that have fictional content about African Americans. And I don't know, like you said, the question is, will Christian people read it? That's the
Because
question.
sometimes
Talk about that.
I think we talked about that before we got on. Like, you see this cover right here and you be like, oh my gosh, could this really be Christian? It's got a knife, it's got a woman on the side. You like behind the pulpit, what's happening? But the thing is, for me, I'm gonna make it personal here for a second. I preach, but I'm never one of those preachers that preach from the pulpit. I can preach in the pulpit, but I'm going to reach people outside of the pulpit. My goal is always that God be glorified in whatever I do. So for me, writing is that thing. Like, hey, I'm going to give you all this drama, but somewhere in there, you're going to hear about Jesus. You're going to know about about who he is. So for me, I feel like a lot of Christians be like, oh no, I can't read that type of book because, oh, it's got that in it or this in it. And they act like it's, it's a new, too much for them. But I promise you, if they ever read it, they'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool.
And I don't even know how people could think or feel that way, because if you read the Bible, like if you just like, we're in the book of Corinthians. We've been in Corinthians since August. My morning motivation. Mm-hmm. I always tell people the Bible has some stories and events. They're not stories, but they're events that are better than any reality TV show that you ever wanted to read. Okay. So if you really read the Bible, if you just took the Bible, and brought it into life in the form of a novel, it would be crazy. I mean, look at David. He fell in love with Bathsheba and he put her husband on the front line to be killed. Like, that's a movie. That's a drama. You know what I mean? So, if you read the Bible, you will see that there are plenty of things going on in the Bible that are drama filled.
Agreed.
In the church, in the New Testament, in the church, you know what I mean? And so we can't shy away from it. We just have to look at it. I want to say that I appreciate you so much. I don't know if anybody's here that may have a question in reference to publishing and editing, but I do appreciate you. Do you have a website? Oh, you said you could be reached at Amazon. What's your Amazon, Tell me what it is so I can put it in the chat where you could be reached through Amazon if someone wants to look at your books.
I got you. Give me 1 second. I'm going to give you the actual full link. Didn't do it yet.
Did you move my glasses?
They're on the coffee table beside mine. All right. So, I got it. I'm sorry. I was not prepared.
Take your time. Take your time. I'm going to Amazon. After I get to Amazon, what do I look for?
R.C. Ferguson. You could just type me in the search.
Okay. R.T. Ferguson.
R.C.
R.E.
C.
C. Why don't I know that?
Before I was married, my name was Crockett.
I know. Okay, I got you. Behind the pulpit, double-faced deacon.
All of those are me.
Okay. But I need to grab up that like where does it start? I need to grab you up from the beginning.
Can you see what I typed
right here? I got you. I got you right here. And I'm gonna drop it in the chat. There you are. Yes, go ahead. I love it. Oh, see, I'm gonna have to get you to show me how to set this up. I'm gonna have to share the screen. Hold on 1 second. Let me drop this in here. So if anybody is interested. Yeah, okay. So So if you're interested, please, yes, Apostle. Yes. My apostle was saying he may need you. Yes. She can lead the way. She has 14 books out there. She'll pull up some of your books again, those novels and your children's books, 14 books published through Amazon.
I was like, wait,
That is awesome. Awesome. So, excuse me. So yeah, so you can go over there and check her out. Yeah, I'm on my phone, so I'm scared to try to share the screen. I might kick myself out. Well, where your books and everything are, but just go over and click on that link and you'll be able to see her and all of your books. They're so great. Behind the Notes. What is Behind the Notes? What is that about?
A gospel artist and his journey to still serve Jesus in that industry.
Wow. Okay. I'm so proud of you. Go ahead, girl.
Thank you.
Behind the Hat, First Lady Confessions. Lord have mercy.
Oh, no, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, I really thought that this book was this collab that we did was really good. It was, like I said, different people sharing their story of marriage, being married as a Christian. Some were married to ministers, some were married to people that weren't saved. So I really thought that it was a good thing to do. And the good thing about it was, even though it was an anthology, she made it so that whatever books you sold, that was your personal profit. You know what I mean? You didn't have to share the profit with anybody. She put it on Amazon. I put it on Amazon. I don't know who else, but if you put it on Amazon, it was still your personal profit. So there is money to be gotten, like you said, make sure to tell your story. My phone is about to die on me. Let me see if I can plug it in real quick so I don't lose you. But I do appreciate you for sharing your time and sharing all of this wonderful information. And I know my apostle that's in here is going to be talking to me. So we'll probably be in touch with you. So, you can help him lead the way. I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Rashana, thank you so much. And thank you all who came in. This is great information. And so if you want to know about publishing, check it out. Tuesday nights, tea with Pastor Kim. That's what we're going to be doing. We're not going to be doing the usual gossip. We're going to be providing you with some good information. All right. I appreciate you. Thank you again. And you guys have a blessed evening. And I will see you all in the YouTube streets. Good night.